have three potential concerns with TAMA projects. One is that there can be a delay in a building permit. You can't really do much about that. You file properly. The Yazamim, they're tightly contracted with the Aryeh, and they want to get the permit as quickly as possible because it's to nobody's benefit if there was a delay. So there's an application process. They're pretty good at that, but there is bureaucracy in Israel and there can be delays. There's not much you can do about that, but wait and have some patience. We found that TAMA is pretty good because the municipalities want them, but want TAMA projects, but it's bureaucracy. Okay, but it's not a problem, it's just a delay. It doesn't change the nature of the project at all with the people. Okay, the other potential challenge that can happen in any real estate project in TAMA, but TAMA, is real estate prices drop. So right now, they're building, they have a doc shamai here, a feasibility report. They say they're going to get 20,000 shekels a meter for new apartment construction. It's usually a conservative number, but let's say that in the next year or two while they're building, that real estate prices either stay stable or drop. It hasn't happened in the modern state of Israel where real estate prices, after war, they go down a little bit and then they shoot right back up. It's always been going like this since 1948. But let's say that real estate prices drop 5, 6, even 10%. 10% would be considered a crash. Then the Yazam would take that out of his profit. It doesn't touch us at all. In fact, real estate prices would have to drop, if you do the math, 29% in the next 2 years before it affects us. Because that's how much buffer we have on what we're being paid back.
That margin.
Yeah. If you think real estate prices are dropping 29%, I'd advise you two things. Don't come into a TAMA project, and whatever you have in Israel right now, sell. Go to cash and sit it out. Okay? Most people are pretty bullish on Israeli real estate, and they want to own. Because who knows what the height is? Like everybody's, oh, Jerusalem's overpriced. Where you live, people say it can't go higher, and then next year it's 5% higher. Go figure. Toronto, Vancouver, you name the city, right? Okay. The other thing that can happen, which is a real possibility, is that the Yazam is a bad guy. He's a crook. He can't be trusted. He disappears. Has v'shalom, he dies. He's just out of the picture. He's no longer there. So how do we guard against that? First of all, the main job of the Yazam, he's got two jobs: sign up the building and get the building permit. We don't even go into a project until he signed up the building, so that's out of the play already. Getting the building permit, we know the process. It's very rare that he's going to mess up on getting the building permit. What tends to happen, though, with Yazamim in this country is they get into construction and then they get ahead of themselves. They spend too much, they don't watch their costs, because they're not good fiscal managers, they're good builders. In a TAMA project, you have multiple guards against that. First of all, you have the Aryeh that are every day they're watching to make sure there's people on site, and a very tight contract. In a building like that, where you don't have Aryeh complaining, if you take an extra 6 months, you're delayed, nobody really cares, except for the investors. Because there's nobody, there's people wanting to get into the apartment, but they're living somewhere else now comfortably. In a TAMA building, they're living uncomfortably, so they're in a rush to get it done. That's all they care about, is getting it done. Then you have the finance people, either the bank or ourselves, the mezz lenders, okay, that are on top of the bank account. We control the bank accounts. We watch the spending. There's a budget that he works against. If he goes 10% over budget, he's got a little bit of leeway in there, then we can call him on it and we have the right to take over the project. Okay, now, sometimes he's working faster than normal, so that's a good thing. Let him go over budget because he's working faster. But we know the cost of the elevator, we know the cost of concrete, we know the cost of the windows and doors. It's all budgeted before you even start the project.
How much are the windows on it?
You go by meter. By meter. You can't go by window because every window is different size and different height. Windows are, I don't know, I think they're generally, I can't remember what they are per meter. 1,200, 1,100, something like that.
Is there anything else on the big side that can go wrong for this, for our viewers?
Nothing that's controllable. Listen, has v'shalom, Israel goes to war, what are you going to do, right? Okay, I mean, the country shuts down, who knows? But that affects everybody in every industry, everybody at all. Like you can't...
The building stops.
Everything, but everything stops. Transportation stops, delivery stops.
On a normal scenario, though, you've built in a buffer for time. And if there is extra time, does the investor continue to earn his interest rate?
Yes, so we build in 6 months right off the bat in most projects. In terms of, and generally if we're gonna use up that time waiting for a building permit. We have a fixed payment schedule with the Yazam. So when he hits that date, he owes us the money. Now, if we feel, let's say he says, we know he's 3 months away from completion, and there's no sense in taking him to task. There's a built-in interest rate in the loan agreement with him. He gives us he continues the interest and a penalty, so the investors earn more interest for that period of time. If he's going to go beyond about 3 months, we're not going to let him go. We're going to call him on it. And each case could be a little different. So far, we haven't had any situations.
Who dropped the head risker?
The head risker it's standard. There's a committee of rebam. I mean, it's in. Yeah, I have to ask the lawyer.
Right. All right. Where are you